Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to this week's episode of Tuesday Preppers, where we take a look at the in-game news for FFBE that just come out on Tuesday, and then we use that to prepare for the events that are coming out this week, hence Tuesday Preppers. And we do that with a special emphasis on kind of gearing your units with killers and equipment that's going to help you kind of get ready for the trials that are coming up. This week we are getting 3 events from with units and focus on Final Fantasy 11, which is kind of neat because there's not very many Final Fantasy 11 units in the game right now. So getting 2 new ones and the featured summon is pretty cool if you're a fan of Final Fantasy 11, or if you're just looking for a nice dark damage dealer and a light breaker. There you go. We're gonna be getting that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the specific events and content that we're getting. The first one is Rise of the Xylart. I don't know if it's Xylart or Zillart, but there you go. This is a box summon event, so we're going to be taking a bunch of units to farm up currency and then summon from the box and get a bunch of stuff from it. The final boss is a magic pot, and instead of being a fairy or something like that you would think a magic pot is, it's actually a machine. It has a 50% weakness to fire and ice, and you can use all the breaks you want. That's pretty cool. But take a look at this massive list of bonus units that you can take. Lady Shantotto and Lion, which is the new units, and then select Final Fantasy 11 units 3-starred in NV. So not a whole lot of options. I'll go ahead and show you my team once we get done with this, but it's pretty limited as far as what you can take. There's just not a lot of units unless you're pulling for the new ones. So there you go. The good news is that the box summon bosses are usually not that hard. You know, you're gonna load up on some machine killer and just take this thing out pretty easily, I'm sure. Take a strong friend unit, it's probably gonna carry you, and no big deal. But you know, the new units could potentially help you out. Lady Shantotto and Lion, and that's cool. Get as many Rise of the Xylart certificates as you can. Great. So we need some machine killer. Great. And let's talk about the other one, which is Awakening of the Xylart, and that is this one right here. Now, this is a new type of event that we have not had in global yet. This is a what's kind of called like an equipment strengthening event or a weapon strengthening event. The first one is not a weapon though; it's a piece of equipment. And basically, you're going to be farming up materials to strengthen up this equipment. The final boss of this is Ildnarsh. It's a human enemy, has no weaknesses or resistances, and you can use all the breaks you want. So that's kind of nice. You can kind of bring a flexible team. I don't think this one is limited to Final Fantasy 11, so you can take whatever you want, which is nice. However, if you do the event, you can get these boots. They are Defense 14, Magic 67, and Spirit 23, and for all the versions of Shantotto in the game, they boost Magic by 500, and they reduce MP consumed by 15%. So it's very nice for Shantotto units, and frankly, if you're gonna go be doing the events this week, you kind of want to do this one first to get these boots, because the next event is limited to Final Fantasy 11 units, and if you're gonna be taking like old Shantotto, you're gonna want as much of this kind of stuff as you can to boost her magic as high as you can, to help her do damage. Speaking of, here's that other event that I was talking about. The Master of Puppets Bringer of a Brighter Future event is a crown challenge event for Aphmau crowns. The boss is Alexander. It has minus 20% dark resistance. You can use all the breaks you want on it, but this event is limited to Final Fantasy 11 characters. And if you don't want to use Aphmau's crowns, you can also exchange the crowns in the shop, but as far as I'm concerned, free stuff is free stuff. Do they make her the best breaker ever? Probably not. Do they make her useful? Potentially, depending on what else you have. I'm going to use them to upgrade her. I like upgrading units for free. So there you go. But I do plan on using, you know, old livid Shantotto with the new gear, because I don't really plan on pulling for the new Shantotto. Just don't have enough Lapis to justify it right now. Yeah, doing this to get these boots to help her be stronger is where I'm at. And that's really it as far as new content goes. There is also a new vision card. This is the one that comes with the new Final Fantasy 11 units. It's kind of whatever. Attack and magic 50%, LB damage 50%, and attack and magic 500 for Final Fantasy 11 units. Then there's also this one. The Shimmering Hoarfrost. I think this is actually a decent card. It's magic 80% and ice resistance 50. Killers for beasts, dragons, humans, and demons at 50%. Kind of a nice combination. And humans and demons is going to be useful on the upcoming Clash of Wills. We know that from the monthly bulletin we got 6 days ago. So that's useful. It also boosts magic by 500%, or 500, not 500%, 500 for FFBE units. So, you know, it's pretty cool. It is cool because it's ice as well. And there's Medina. Interesting art, Medina. Thank you so much for showing up. And also boasts really high magic, which is on the card itself, 135. There you go. Do I think it's the best card ever? I think it's pretty good. But like the fact that it's tied to a banner that most people probably would not pull on otherwise is a little stinky in my opinion. There you go. So we got vision cards, we got new stuff coming out, we got Aphmau upgrades. There's also some other stuff coming out too. So like I'm gonna scroll past all her upgrades. I mean, you can read that in the news. Flood is getting upgraded as well to chain a little bit easier. Here's some miscellaneous updates. You know, all these things that have flood chaining are going to get upgraded. They're going to have lower counts, but it's going to be easier to chain them. So that's kind of nice. That's really it as far as like the news portion. So let's talk about killers really fast, and then we'll talk about something else. So we know we need machine, we know we need human, and then we'll go ahead and hit that right here. So we're going to hit human first. Human we have talked to death and we've done to death. It's like not that hard to get human killer. You know, just go farm up a bunch of, you know, get some guys and awaken him and get his STMR. Not hard. Excuse me. This is what happens when I record videos late at night. But guys belts, you know, you can buy with Star Quartz and basically just have as many as you want. So that's pretty cool. But there are some good rewards you can get that have Maneater Sense, and Maneater Sense from Dark Dragon and Scorn of Ymir, Cross Eye Arm, blah, 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 blah. You know, go get Human Killer. There's tons. Machine Killer too. There's only a few trials that have it. Dullahan Advanced, Scorn of the Rising Sun, or Scorn of the Legendary Stag gives you Rising Sun. But then there's, as far as materia go, Mechanic for the Royal Family, Valued Memories. The new A2 from Nier has a really nice human killer or machine killer. So there's just tons and tons of stuff. But we're going to go after Dullahan tonight with a new team that's kind of fun. And we'll show you that here in just a moment. So yeah. Before I go there, I want to take a quick moment to talk about DV. You know, if you've been living under a rock, you know, currently the big brouhaha with DV is that people are able to use some funny things that are going on in that fight to basically cap DV and get a perfect score. It's questionable whether or not it's allowable. You know, what's going to happen is questionable because like we don't really know. So I would say this. I'm not going to be doing that. And if you choose to do so, you know, carefully and, you know, consider what could happen. I don't know what could happen. There's a handful of things that could go, you know, they could potentially ban people from DV for a little while. They could potentially just like let it go. They could potentially give rewards to everybody. I could see lots of ways that it could go. I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm personally just choosing not to. DV has been kind of annoying for the past 2 seasons, in my opinion. And this just not working is just like another, you know, another layer of like annoyingness to Dark Visions. And I'm still going to do Dark Visions. I have done Dark Visions. My rank is suffering right now because I haven't done a Riku clear yet. But I'm not going to do the rank 1 shenanigans, you know. I don't feel like it's in the spirit of what the game is intending to do. Whether or not it's breaking the rules or not, it's certainly not intended. I don't want to do something that's not intended. So there you go. There's my 30-second take on Dark Visions. I'm not gonna do the thing. So let's go ahead and get into the 12 types for Dullahan and get us some machine killer, and then we'll go. So we're gonna go into the vortex here. Oh, by the way, real quick, here's my team for bonus farming. So I made 2 additional Shadow Lord and Livid Shantottos, and then I'm just going to be mainly carrying it with these 3 because these are the units that I've got. You know, you can make theoretically as many of these as you have copies of, and get a full bonus team without pulling on the new units. But depends on what you've got available, of course. But there you go. There's my team. So we're going to go into get Doulahan now. It's in the Vortex. It's in the Nemesis 12 types takedown. And we're going to scroll down to Doulahan. So, Doulahan Advanced. You know, you can get Undead Killer Plus, which is nice. You can get Machine Eater Sense, which is what we're here for. With a party of 5 or less, you can get STMR tickets. And as long as no one dies, you get a regular ticket. The strategy Moogle tells us he's a Reaper. You want to keep your ice and light resistance raised. Prepare to boost stop resistance if you last long enough to do it. He counterattacks your physical and magical attacks and lowers lightning resistance for all allies and enemies. And he starts the fight with a light magic attack at the beginning of the fight. So, you know, there's lots of things to know about. He also does AoE magic. He does AoE physicals. So having Mirage on the party and a magic cover, or a physical cover and abilities that are going to help you with resisting the ice damage and the light damage, is kind of depends on how you want to go. Do you want to do, you know, magic cover or physical cover? Depends on what kind of gear you have and what kind of units you have. We're going to be doing a magic cover. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. And let me go ahead and grab my friend. We're going to be taking a kind of a fun unit for a clear here. And let's see here. Of course, the unit that I wanted to take is not here because they were here earlier and now they are gone. Classic friends list shenanigans. Let me just see. Goodness sakes. Okay, we're going to take a Kelger. It's important that your Kelger is... oh my gosh, none of these Kelgers are geared. Okay, here we go. We'll go ahead and grab this one. Deary, I don't know who you are. I'm going to borrow your Kelger here for just a second. And here's the team that we're going to take. We're going to take my own Kelger, who's not even wearing the right... not even wearing a good Esper. We'll go ahead and put Assura on. There we go. There we go. So we're going to take Reno for breaking, Abigail for covering the magic, Rosa just for buffing killers and healing for MP and stuff like that, and then 2 Kelgers. Here's the way mine is geared for this. We're in the Dark Visions Katana, a bunch of Clash of Wills stuff, Titus's garb, his own STMR, some killers, chain speed, LB damage, and there you go. So he's got maxed LB, maxed Reaper, and maxed stats. He's missing some true double hand though. I guess we could take off Prodigious and put on like Master of Fate, right? Where is it? There we go. So now he's got over 10,000 attack. He's got 11,000 attack. So he's gonna be way over capping this. This is gonna be fine. And then we'll take a look at Deary's. You know, like I said, I don't know Deary. I didn't request anything specific from Deary. There you go. Geared pretty well. Doesn't have max Reaper, has max LB. Cool, we're gonna be fine. But Abigail is gonna be covering our ice attacks and light attacks, as well as breaking some and doing mitigations and stuff like that. We're not gonna take any damage. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. Reno is gonna be breaking the boss and imperiling to lightning. Rosa is just doing her killer buff and healing MP, and then Kelgers are going to be doing some damage. So this is going to be fun. Go ahead and pop the actions up on the screen just so you can see what we're doing as well. All right, here comes the holy attack, which Abigail's going to cover for us because she's awesome. All right, Reno's nice break, which is his Pyramid's Peak, lasts for 3 turns. So 1, 2, and 3. So we're gonna go ahead and use that. It's a 140 Lightning Imperil and a nice defense and Spirit Break. Rosa is going to go ahead and use the Prayer of Exorcism on both Kelgers. There you go. Abigail's going to do her usual Abigail stuff, which is like, you know, her mitigations and contingency plan and cover. There we go. And the Kelgers are going to do Mirage, as well as Lupine Howl and Lupine Fang. That's going to give the party Mirage so that we don't take damage from physical attacks. And then Howl is going to help him do damage, and Fang is just to do some imperils and stuff like that. So we'll just go ahead and chain that up. Cool. Counter attacks, and then some twin charges and ice magic. So the twin charges we are miraging, the ice magic we're covering, we're fine. Reno could do whatever at this point. He could use defense pyramid if we really wanted to. Don't really need it. Kelgers are going to mirage again and Lupine Fang twice. You know, if you're running short on MP, you could use double prayer to do prayer of vitality. You know, fill up your MP. Kelger does surprisingly well at this trial. Abigail is going to, on this turn, just put up her brakes. And, like, you know, Shelga, why not? Counterattacks are miraged. And there's the twin charge, Blizzara, trampling lance. We don't take any damage. We're on turn 3, so our SLBs activate. Our killer buffs have now worn off, so we're going to have Rosa reapply them. Exorcism Prayer on the Kelgers. There you go. Abigail is going to use her her Limit Burst to do a weapon imperil for Doulahan so that we do more damage. And the Kelgers are just going to tag team chain their SLBs. There you go. And goes like this. Goodbye, Doulahan. I remember when this trial was like annoying. 3 turns is nothing. Oh, we got the killer to drop. 11 billion damage. Pretty casual. Pretty funny since Kelger's a free unit. This is not going to be surprising. You know, mine was geared with a single hand weapon and yeah, way overpowered on attack. So yeah, way more damage. Not surprising. Deary, you know, reconsider how you got your Kelger geared for Doulahan trials. Yeah, seriously, sorry. But there you go. That would get you Machine Eater sense and help you get ready for all the machine killer stuff that we need for later this week, which is pretty cool. So we'll be doing the new stuff live on Twitch on Thursday, of course. And then, you know, the other thing that's going on is we got the live stream this weekend. So I'll be doing both participating in the chat during live stream and doing beige carpet after party afterwards. So I hope you're looking forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Got some nice guests lined up as usual. And yeah, so we'll see you Thursday over on Twitch, and hope you guys have a good night and get yourself some human killer and some machine killer so you can have some fun with this event. Until then, take care and have a good night.